And it's the second to last frag that I'm going to show. And this one is the one that's bloomed a few times for me. So I'm really happy. I have a repeat bloomer, but I repotted it this year, and I waited maybe too long. I don't know. It got root bound, and a lot of the roots basically rotted in the pot. So then I put it in a bigger pot. And I don't know. It just didn't seem to be too happy. It got all these strange markings on the leaves. I have no idea why. But the growth that I thought was going to bloom this year, this one here, late in the summer, the middle leaf just fell off. I don't know why. I don't know. I guess it just didn't have a good root system. But the little guy here is growing well, and normally when they're about this size, they bloom usually the following April. So I'm looking forward to that. And this one doesn't seem to have any of those funny markings on the leaves. So I'm hoping that he will bloom in April, as he always does. So, and this one's just in lava rock. I don't have a sphagnum moss dressing on him. He seems happy enough as it is. But they do drink quite a bit, especially in lava rock. You have to water them every 2 or 3 days in summer, and in winter maybe just twice a week is sufficient. This is frag gargoyle. The flowers are lovely. They're mostly green. After it flowered, I really struggled with this one, and this is the only part that survived. And so this one's now growing in water culture, and yet again, the roots seem to be doing really, really well. They're growing back because this pot is very small, and I don't want to necessarily put it in a bigger pot until it gets a lot bigger. So this is where we were before with all the frags. And so if we go down on my plant stand, Orchid asked me what kind of LED lights I use, and it's these guys here, which I bought off of Amazon. So these are the ones that I use, and if you notice, they don't cast that ugly pink color. I hate those pink lights. I can't stand them. But these ones do really well, and I mean they really do really well with orchids. I also use compact fluorescents. And again, I caution people, if you're going to be growing with LEDs, be careful to place them at the right distance, because you can fry your plants. So when they start to turn red, even these compact fluorescents cause plants to turn red. This is a Brussavol and a Dosa, and it's doing well this year. It's never flowered for me, but it's doing well. But this is my winter setup. It's really, really crowded because a lot of these plants reside outside in the summer, and they get bigger and bigger and bigger every year. So I just, I have limited space, and now it's been tented in plastic to keep the drafts away and keep it as warm as possible. But in the corner there is my Ingratium Didieri. This is my Ranchostylus gigantea, which is in spike. I don't know if I'll be able to show you the spike from here. Oh, there it is. I've never seen it from this side, so I won't get many flowers, but I really struggled with this plant this year because it was potted in bark and it just wasn't doing well. Then I tried water culture and that didn't work. And so for now, the plant is just sitting in this blue sponge with sphagnum moss, pretty much wet all the time, and it's the only time I've seen the leaves look nice. So This one needs to stay wet, and all the huge roots that it grew this year, I bent them and I put them in the pot because it was the only way. I just couldn't, I can't grow this one in any other way. So you can see that big root there. So this is my brassavola nodosa. Again, as I said, never bloomed. This is a Vanda no ID that I got from Lynn and Santos. And I'm not sure on the ID. It could be St. Valentine, I'm just not sure. Liberty Taiwan, that's what that is. That grows pretty well for now. This guy here is the Brassavola cordata. I know it has a different name now, but that's what I call it. And it's I can reach for it. It's growing in Yusuda bulb in the back there, that tiny little thing. So I'm pretty impressed. This is my Ascocentrum that always blooms in March, I believe. And next to it is my Brassavola Little Stars. And this year it's doing fabulously under the lights. I have 1, 2. Well, it's gonna be fun trying to find them in this jungle. But I've counted 6. Oh, there's another one here in the back. There's another one there. So there's a whole bunch of them. There's another one there. Anyways, so the lights are really, really helping. I only had one of these LEDs last year, but I have another one here now, and it's shining on the Vanda. And speaking of Vandas, this is my Pachera Delight, and there's the spike. Who would have thought I would have a spike? I mean, I soaked these last week, and I was laughing how I had absolutely no new spikes, and then as I was finished soaking this thing overnight, I noticed there was a spike. I'm not expecting, I think that's going to be probably just one flower. I don't even think I'll have more than one flower on this thing, because that looks like one bud. But hats off to Pachera for trying to bloom. But it is still growing a leaf, and the roots are ginormous on this thing. And that's my Pine Rivers. No spikes, but it's spiked twice this year, so I'm giving it a break. And there's a ton more. This is Aredes Hulitiana. This is another Vanda hybrid. And my Bangkok Sunset, which has not bloomed for me yet. And a few more seedlings. And so that's it for now on the stand. And below, not much going on. These are my dormant lady slippers. Oh, there is a twinkle here in spike. And I have a bunch of dendrobiums here, cattleyas, which are doing mostly nothing at this time. But I do have a flowering air plant here that sits on my Jiminy cricket. So that's it.